First of all, thank you for inviting me to speak for such a great project, as I see it. So I'm Yannis Beretsos. I'm here from Athens, where we are at the headquarters of Istorima. And just to let you know that we are the first digital archive project where we are trying to collect oral histories from all over Greece. That's the main purpose of the project of Istorima. We're live now for 3 years, and our digital site, our first site, is soon will be 1 year old at April of 2022. This is an idea that started from two women, a journalist named Mrs. Papaioannou Sofia and an historian and provost of the NYU, Catherine Fleming. These two women saw stories all over Greece and all over the world, of course, and they wanted to keep them alive. They wanted to document these stories and give the chance to people to hear it, to know them, to get to know the people behind these stories. So they wanted to make this huge archive, this digital archive. This is an idea that started as an idea, let's say 7 years ago, although Istorima is 3 years old, and they were trying to find ways how to bring this concept to life. And they found they shared their idea and their vision with Stavros Niarchos Foundation, who let's say so this understood this vision very clearly and gave this great opportunity to these women to bring this project to life, and gave the opportunity through donation, because is our SNF, Stavros Niarchos Foundation, is our founding donor. Through this donation, this project started 3 years ago with a small group of people, the field reporters, who tried to, let's say, collect oral histories from many points, many areas of Greece. Our main aim is to collect more than, let's say, 50,000 stories. Let's hope that we get this goal. As we speak, we have already collected more than 9,000 stories. We are very close to 10,000 stories. And we are doing this through giving the opportunity to young unemployed people from various places all over Greece to work with us and collect stories from their places, from their cities. So we are trying to motivate them to live in their places, in the cities, and take these stories, start from their let's say from their circle, their personal circle, from their family, from their friends, and this circle expands, and they're communicating with many people all over the city, and they're collecting with these stories with a Zoom. This machine, let's say this machine, this tool is it's called Zoom, and they had the opportunity through this machine, this audio recording machine, the Zoom, to speak to people, to come close to these people and record their stories, their oral stories, histories. these women had this idea, and they were trying to find innovative ways to maintain these stories, to gather them to one place, one digital place, and in order to be accessible to all people, all over Greece, and not only Greece, all over the world. So the first idea was to create podcasts, because we take the audio from the stories. The medium is the audio. So we wanted to make people listen again to stories through podcasts. You see, podcasts back then, 7 years ago, when Mrs. Sofia Paiwan, when Catherine Fleming was thinking about the idea, wasn't here in Greece as a medium, and they wanted to be the first to do it. But because this project took many years in order to start, we have seen many other mediums. We collect the stories, and we make a huge digital archive. Our digital archive will be live on this April. What you see now is a site, Istorima.org, which is more of a creative presentation of these stories. So we take the stories at the very raw, original form, with their audio, and we make podcasts out of them. These stories are big as a raw material, and we try to make 10-minute podcasts in order to give people the access to this more creative medium. So the main content that we create now is podcasts. We have we also create written stories and video stories, but we focus on the audio. Always the audio is at the center of all of this. Even in the written stories, you can see that people have the opportunity to play some lines and hear the actual voice of the narrator. So this was the purpose. So we made this digital site, and it's let's say the first audio-centric site with stories here in Greece. Actually, we have to gather all the stories, all the histories, and we have to gather it to some cloud, let's say, because these stories are digitalized. So we have some, let's say, something like a CRM system in-house, where the field reporters are the persons who collect the stories. The young people, the young and white people. So they send us all these stories with an audio and a Word document via this platform. This platform, which is tailor-made for our need to collect and to give these stories a ground to exist, let's say. These stories are passing through many stages in order to come to be public, because we do the noise. We take the initial raw material, and we are trying to give it a more appealing form. So we're trying to denoise and give the sound the best version that we can, and we also organize the stories. We organize it by tags and by sections, and by many criteria that we that we think that are very crucial in order to find easily these stories, and for us, and to give it to the digital archive, and have the chance for the people to hear them. So it's a huge, let's say, mission we had to accomplish, is to organize this content, organize in a way that it is easy for us to deal with it. Yes, well, when you're starting to create something that big, we aspire to connect with many people without any criteria. However, our main target group that comes through our analytics and through our feedback from the site we already have is people young, between 20 years old, 25 years old, and 50 years old. So this is the more engaged target group. However, we have multiple channels. We broadcast our stories from YouTube, from Facebook, social media, and Spotify, Google Podcasts. So we try to reach as many people as possible. The more engaged segment is this target I told you, the 25 years old, 25 to 50. Well, creativity, let's say, because you will have to come up with many ideas to find solutions to many problems you may face. Because it was something that it was built from scratch. We had to build this. The team of Athens had to build it from scratch, from the organization of the stories, from how the field reporters collect the stories, for how they send the stories to us, and for how we communicate the stories to others through our digital sites, platforms, let's say. So we have to be creative. We had to. Other skill is that you have to make a lot of research around any similar projects, or how people are reacting to oral stories, and this is something that it's a second skill. I think that it's very crucial, and of course we have to be very organized. Organization organization skills are very crucial to manage this huge amount of stories, because now we have 10,000 stories. We aspire to have 50, and we have no limit. The sky's the limit. So as this project evolves, you will always have to face new challenges. So you have to be flexible, creative. You do a lot of research, and be very organized. As I've already mentioned, Stavros Niarchou Foundation is our founding donor. It is the one who believed in this vision of these two women, and we wouldn't exist without Stavros Niarchou Foundation. It is a very bold move, and it's bold because we are creating a digital culture archive, let's say, but we also give the opportunity to unemployed people to work with us. This is something very important, also because this scale wouldn't be easy if we didn't have this opportunity from Stavros Niarchou Foundation. We couldn't have this these people if we hadn't have the chance to have the donation from Stavros Niarchos. So this is our main donor, and this is where all these things are coming from. Well, I mean, we are all part of our culture, so we have to think as we are part of this. We are in this, all of us, and the best. What we found very difficult is how to broaden our target group and give and make this initiative clear to everyone. I mean, our site and our digital archive site, which will come soon, was built on a very specific terms. We would try to be very simple. We would try to think in the future. I mean, we're making something right now at the moment, but we have to think how this will be in the future. This is why we try to bring new technologies, and we at our site, both our sites will have, and Istorima.org already has the sticky player. Let's say that's one technology that we thought that will be mandatory in the future, that gives you the experience to explore all the sites without having to hear again the story. The story follows you from the same page to the other without stopping. So this was one thing that we have to have in mind, and this result came because we break down and say, okay, we want to talk to many people. We want to talk to as many people as possible because there's no specific target group for us. So we're going to think in the future. We're going to think that this will stay alive and must be innovative, not only today, but after 5 years too. So think for the future. Definitely, yes. I will continue from my last answer, because we are an organization that is looking for the future, and we're trying to always be ahead of many things, because technology moves in a very very fast. I mean, you don't know what you will face tomorrow. So Facebook is talking about metaverse or other mediums. So audio is something that it's in the center for us now, and will be in the future too. But we have to try to look at the future and be able to transform our organization into other mediums, to other means of communication with people here in Greece and in the world. So we will always follow technology, and we will always try to be ahead. You don't know. Augmented reality, it's here to stay, for example. You don't know how people will behave after some years. How will people communicate with each other? So we have to follow this, let's say, wave of technology.